religion is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. I do apologize for that. I will say I am sorry for that. That was overboard.
Lil Nas X is like the kid who cried wolf. He trolls unrelentlessly and then gets called out and then says he was just having fun. And then he pulls the, I'm a part of the LGTV community. How dare you? And lately it has all kind of hit the fan for him, leading him to potentially apologizing. Yes, that's right. You heard it right. Now this reminds me of a lot of the, YouTubers who apologized over the years. I don't know if this is an additional troll that's up for you to decide or if he's genuine in this. But before we get into that, guys, my name is Ruslan. This channel exists to encourage, empower, and inspire you to live a life that blesses God. If it's not your first time watching a video, you might as well subscribe. What are you doing? If you haven't been keeping up, we covered it on the channel. Lil Nas X said he's entering his Christian era. He put a song that he's singing to God. He then said that he was going to continue to engage in men's peen because he could be on his knees for more than one reason. He put that on Twitter, so people are like, you're tripping. Then he started rolling out the song. He's depicted as Jesus in cowboy boots. And then he put out a video mocking communion. And I think he thought this was just going to go mega viral. And what happened was, people across the spectrum were like, nah, this ain't it. Like, we had enough with the Satan shoe. That was crazy with the blood in the shoe. We had enough with you stripping on the devil. And I think he's missing that the culture is shifting right before our very eyes. That there's something in the water where people are not as accepting of all the foolishness. So it seems. And this really all culminated when Cenat called him out. Now, I think his apology may have been triggered by Cenat going pretty hard at him. Now, I'm not endorsing what he's saying here, but you have to think this is, I believe, the world's biggest streamer right now, him and Speed. Ironically enough, it seems that Speed also grew up Christian. Kai claims to be a Christian. He prays on stream. He talks about Jesus, but he also does some other things that are a bit questionable that we're going to get in. We're going to mention.
Lil Nas X, you could eat my whole.
Whoa! He came in hot. He came in hot.
Hate that nigga, bro. Nah, that shit just popped up in my head, bro. That nigga, bro, nah, word of my mother, bro. God gonna handle you in the right way. I didn't even talk about that yet, bro. But look.
He said, God gonna handle you in the right way. Ugh.
God gonna handle you, bro. And you're, bro.
What he did?
No, bro.
What he did?
No, bro. God gonna handle that. Real shit.
What did he do?
Nah, bro. I'm not even gonna explain it, bro.
But, bro, no.
He's extremely disrespectful, bro. He disrespectful.
Okay, tell me how he disrespected, because, bro, you can't be on that bad time. I'm just sitting.
I haven't watched a whole lot of Kai's streams, but I've seen enough to never seen him get that riled up. He genuinely seemed, I don't want to say emotional in a bad way, but like emotional, like he couldn't even articulate what his issue was with him because the dude was like, what'd he do? What'd he do? And so he couldn't even get the words out. Like, that's how frustrated he was. Now, people on X have also pointed out, yo, what are you doing going hard at this guy? And you're platforming and having rappers come on your stream to talk about murder and killing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Bit inconsistent. And I would say that probably is too true. If you're going to have the Ice Spices and all the rappers that come on that are drilling and all this other stuff, not the most godly depiction and use of your platform, Mr. Kai. But I do appreciate him being frustrated and being willing to call this out. I'm personally refusing to listen to the song. I'm not going on Genius. I don't want to hear the song. I refuse to listen to the song. But it is an interesting conversation because this may have led Lil Nas X to apologize. Now, I don't know if he apologized because, again, I opened this video saying Lil Nas X is the kid that cried wolf, okay? I can't tell when he's serious. What I would like to see is, in the same way other people, when they disrespect other traditions and other religions, they go and sit down with people from said religion. I would love to see Lil Nas X do that. Is he going to do that? I don't think so, but I would love to see. I think apologizing is to correct something that you did wrong, okay? Saying you're sorry is just saying you're sorry. Is Lil Nas X actually going to correct what he did here? Or is he going to say, sorry?
Hello, everybody. I wanted to not necessarily apologize, but I wanted to explain like where my head at and where it's been for like the last week. When I did the artwork, knew like there would be some upset people or whatnot, simply because, religion is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. But I also didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a fuck you to you people, you to the Christians. Like, it was not that.
Really? How are we supposed to receive this, Lil Nas X? How are we supposed to? I remember when Tupac on his Machiavelli cover was depicted as on the cross, and on the cover, they went out of their way to write that this is not intended to be disrespectful. And when they were announcing and rolling it out, they really were like, oh, we are not trying to be disrespectful. I remember that in 96. How were we supposed to receive this?
It was literally me saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like, that was like the whole thing. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus. I'm not the first rapper. I'm not the first artist, and I won't be the last. And I know, like, given my history with, you know, the Call Me By Your Name video, anything that I do related to religion can be seen as like mockery. That just was not the case with this. And I
Correct. Because of your history, because of you twerking on the devil and putting out fake Nike demon shoes with blood in real blood in them, yes, you do not get the same grace as a Tupac or as a Kendrick or as a Kanye, who've all made Christian adjacent songs and statements. Kanye with the Jesus Walks, Tupac made a bunch of songs about God, and of course Kendrick on Good Kid, Mad City, the album opening with him saying the Lord's Prayer, giving his life to Jesus. So there's a bit more grace and mercy for those people, because a lot of times people, and I'm not saying this is right, by the way. I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying a lot of times people from within the Christian community often see those folks as a part of the Christian community or culturally Christian. Right now, I'm not saying that they are. I have my issues with all those folks, right? But that is how that's perceived. It's folks from within saying these things versus folks from outside utilizing the imagery.
I will say, though, with the communion video, with me eating the crackers and juice, I thought that video was going to be the video to lighten the mood, to take it down, like, less serious and whatnot. I thought that was something that we all wanted to do as kids or whatnot, but I didn't understand, you know, the reality of what it is. You know, it's me eating the communion, which is like the symbolism of like Jesus's blood and bones or something like that. I don't remember.
Jesus's blood and bones. Again, this is where I go, are you trolling? Is he trolling, or is he being serious right now? That's not going to lighten the mood, man. That's literally, regardless on if you're Christian, Protestant, Christian, Catholic, Christian, Orthodox, that we see that as a holy sacrament. Like, we see that as a holy sacrament, on top of which the scriptures say that if you are not a part of it, like, don't do that. You can wreak condemnation on your head by playing with communion. Don't play with communion. I've had people come to church with me, believe it or not, that I knew weren't following Jesus, and the communion plate was passed around, and they were like Buddhist or whatever. And I've had to tell people in the middle of communion, like, don't take that. Like, you don't play with God like that. Like, I've done that. I know that might sound extreme, but like I've been there and done that. Like, don't do that. Don't you might be placing judgment on your hand playing with God like that, right? So that is not something that any stream of Christianity plays with.
Completely, but I did not mean it as like a cannibalism thing or whatever the freak. But I do apologize for that. I will say I am sorry for that.
So he said, I do apologize for that. I am sorry. So y'all said, Michael just said he didn't apologize. He just did apologize. He said, I do apologize for that. I am sorry. So clearly, whether it was Kai, whether it was the overall backlash online, clearly he's apologizing for some aspect of this, right? He's not apologizing for depicting himself as Jesus, but he is apologizing for that. I think he's understanding, I probably took it too far. Would he have said this if Kai had not said what he said? Would he have said this? I don't know. Because again, this world's biggest streamer. And Kai has a lot of people that ride hard for him, even if they're not Christian. So it just makes you think, like, he can sway a lot of people that would be in Lil Nas's demographic. So I'm curious if he would have still even put this video out if there wasn't that. I'm honestly just curious. I'm curious what y'all think.
That was overboard. Though I don't agree with all of Christianity's rules or whatnot. I know not everybody follows Christianity by the book 100%, or, you know, the world would be a lot crazier.
Did he just say that if people followed all of Christianity's rules, the world would be a lot crazier? I don't think he understands Christianity's, or better yet, God's rules, God's laws, and why those laws exist. And this is why I said he needs to sit down with some Christians and get educated. He needs to sit down with some Christians and get educated. Because I would wager money that most people would say, hey, you know, if the entire world didn't commit adultery, if the entire world didn't lie, if the entire world didn't cheat, if the entire world loved their enemies, if the entire world forgave people, if the entire world did unto others as you'd have them do unto you, if the entire world wasn't led by their carnal, sinful desires to do whatever gratifies your most baseline animalistic cravings, if the entire world didn't do those things and did all the other things that Jesus said do, I don't know how he comes to the conclusion that the world would be more crazy. And again, maybe he has a distorted view. Maybe he don't got no Christian friends. Maybe he doesn't have anyone that could speak some sense into him. But to make that statement is crazy. Really what his issue is, I'm gay and I want to be gay. And if Christianity was the religion everyone followed, there would be more people that told me it wasn't okay to be gay. That's what it sounds like he's saying. Instead of looking at all the other good that Christianity has done, all the other things that Christianity has contributed to society, that's what he's hung up on, right? That's what he's hung up on. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it comes off.
This is not like to try to get everybody on my good side or whatnot. This is more so to clear my own head about my own decisions. I know, like, I messed up like really bad this time.
And this is where I go, is he trolling? I know I really messed up bad this time. Are you trolling? Nah. Is he trolling?
And I can act unbothered all I want, but it's definitely like taking a mental toll on me. I know this is not going to be like an immediate like swift, everybody like moves forward or whatnot, but I do want my Christian fans to know that I am not against you. I was put on this earth to, bring people closer together. And
so, Lil Nas X, if you did this towards any other community, if you took sacraments from Jewish culture, if you mocked Hanukkah, if you mocked Ramadan, if you mocked the prophet, if you did those things, you know how you would have to apologize? You would have to make it right. You would have to go sit with some of those people. You'd have to go sit with some of those people. You'd have to get educated. Go sit down with some Christians. Go sit down with some Eastern Orthodox. Go sit down with some Protestants. Go sit down with some Catholics. Go sit down with some Oriental Orthodox. Go sit down with some Baptists. Go sit down with some Christians and make amends. If you really care about your Christian fans, quote unquote, go sit down with some people and make amends and hear them out and understand why what you did was so egregious. I think that right there, what I just said, that is going to be the deciding factor on if Lil Nas X's little apology video is genuine or not, or if it's just another marketing thing to keep him going up on the algorithm. I'm not listening to this song. And you know what the saddest part about all this is that Lil Nas X is actually talented. Lil Nas X is actually, I think he's really talented because the gifts of God are without repentance. Meaning God doesn't give talents and abilities to people and then take them back just because they don't serve God with them. So the saddest part about this, and I would argue that it sounds like some of Lil Nas X's own fans are saying, bro, you're too dope to be doing all this goofiness. What are you doing? This is cringe, bro. Stop it already. We had it. We had enough with the daggone Satan shoot. Stop it. This is silly.
I'm not like some evil demon guy trying to destroy everybody's values and stuff like that. That's not me. And also with the video, there's no disrespect there. I thought me clearly not being on the side of the devil in that video was like there was an understanding there that I'm not like trying to diss Christianity. This is not like something I wrote down or whatnot. This is something off the top of my head I'm trying to get out.
At this point, this is where I go, okay, maybe he's being sincere. When he said that, and it's hard to sort through this. Maybe he's being sincere. I really don't know. I hope so. I really do hope so. But I think actions will follow if he means these words. I think there should be actions that follow.
Yeah, I mean that's all I have to say for right now. I'm sending you guys love. I'm sending my fans love. I'm sending the people who I heard love.
So ultimately, I don't know if Lil Nas X is trolling in this apology video. I would like to think that he isn't, that maybe, just maybe, he's learned his lesson. But in my original video about this entire Lil Nas X debacle, I actually referenced this passage of scripture, which is from Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. It says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life." So I'm comfortable in knowing that, listen, ultimately, God can't be mocked. And ultimately, God has this. That doesn't mean I'm okay with it. That doesn't mean I'm even going to click into listen to the song, which I actually recommend you don't do that because that gives Lil Nas X exactly what he wanted. But in this entire press run, he's kind of alluded to exposing the music industry and exposing the Illuminati and this whole thing. But what if I told you that there's something else that's a potential trap that many people are falling for all over the internet, the institutions, and even the self-help gurus? And if you get stuck in this trap, you could live an entire dissatisfied life and not find out until it's too late. If you want to hear more about that, click here. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.